Hello everybody, it is still Monday the 22nd of May. It is now 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I thought after showing you all my stamps in the last video I could show you the process how I choose stamps to make a card for a birthday. And for that, here is my calendar, agenda, I don't know. So we are now here. I always do that with weeks and months, you see, with thicker lines, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 birthdays. I thought it was more. Oh, there are 2 on that one. So, well, I guess we go through those. And also I have some cards without an envelope, and I need to make those envelopes out so that it's all finished, and either I package them in a plastic thing so I could sell it at some point, because I have enrolled myself again on the suitcase market, but it's in November. And at some point I want to work on my Facebook page a bit more and have my cards there, but that's just stuff that I don't get done. But I am getting better year for year, and maybe next year I can do more things like that, like getting rid of my stuff. I produce a lot, but then I have it. I still have bags I sewed from many years ago, even from 2007, and yeah, I've given some away and things, but I still have plenty because I was very sick a lot, and I used to just sew those bags for kind of therapy. Just it helps you to do something all day with your hands, and I think the first batch I made was 60 bags or something, and every time I made a batch it's about 30-40 that come to that, so I still have about, I think, maybe 200, I don't know, and 60 in the making or something. So at some point I want to finish those too. And I'm still watching my vlog with the stamps. I'm not sure if I put it out or not, but I already started the next one, so yeah. And I mentioned the envelope making. I want to make envelopes and the card. I just don't know when and how. So the first card I want to make is for Susie. She turns 40 something, and I just try to think of things about her or something. So she has a dog. She used to have a cat, and she used that one to catch spiders, which is kind of funny. That could be something. She's a punk, a punker, but they have a rough outer thingy and are very soft on the inside. So it could be a card that's a bit darker on the outside, and when you open it you have a bit more warm colors or something. Or she likes blue, so just cozy colors. What else? I don't know if she ever was in the Scouts, but she certainly has survival skills. She likes being around with her camper, and did I mention she has a dog? And those are the things that come to mind when I think of Susie. So I will let that brew a bit and then show you what I can come up with. So I got the stuff I need first here. I want to make a card like Jennifer McGuire did, where you open it and something pops up, pop-up window. So I have a nested decal here from Hello Bluebird. Normally I just work somehow, and now I try to film it in a nice way, so it might be hard. So on the outside I will have bats. I think even more of this, like that, and this one I want to have hanging down from Herzlichen Glückwunsch zum Geburtstag. Congratulations for your birthday. Hang down there. That's going to be on the front panel. And there I want to have dark colors. And then when you open it, you have kind of a window that shows. And then I want to make that scene, taking this fox, which holds up this cat, which will catch this spider, which will be on a string hanging down from the ceiling. And also use the other sentiment in here. Alles Gute, nur das Beste, viel Glück und überhaupt. All the best? No. Everything good, all the best, good luck, and anyway. Because I like that saying. So that's as far as I am. And I'm working with an A4 paper. So I need to start it somehow. I take the middle of this, which should be 10.5 centimeters, And then I cut that apart. So one will be the main panel, which I have to fold in the middle, which is, I think, the heart shape. So. Okay. And now I also need to score a line down here. And I guess I take not that much. That would be 1.5 centimeters. Could also do 2. Maybe 2 is nicer. I don't know how it will turn out. So take 2 centimeters, which is nearly an inch. So when you have it closed, it's like this, and then you open it, and this would fold like that, and then you have a panel that shows up here. So I need that panel, and I can just take the other part of the paper. Now I need it to be the whole length, also with the same score line, but also to attach it, I need another flap on the other side. So maybe I just put them next to each other. I know the first one was 2 centimeters. Oh, maybe I make it a bit shorter because it's going to be underlapping the other one. But then, and then start it from here. This is at that point. So now at the heart. And then I need another short flap for down there. I just take this line now to not confuse me. I can cut that part off now. So this is left over. And then I fold those 2 sides too. And now that's the basic thingy. Oh, we'll take the small one on top. I want to take the big one. I would attach here then. And the small one down there. As I didn't know how much less I should take, I made it way shorter. And when it folds flat, it will be flat, like this. And now this panel needs a window. So that one can put something in the middle. So I put that here, and then I cut that out. Change of plan. I'm not cutting it out right now because I want to color it first. And if I only have those leftover lines, I might rip the paper, or it might be way harder. So that's to color later on. Kind of like cozy blue and green colors on the inside and purple black colors on the outside. And I said she likes blue, but I don't really know if she likes blue. So, but I don't want to go on with that now. Also need 2 stamps. I need to figure out things first. Okay, so I'm going to emboss the sentiment on the front page first. I need to take a break from crocheting because my hand really hurts, and now ink blending would be bad. So I tried to do everything else but ink blending. So I want to put that sentiment here and having the bat hung from there. That's why I need to make sure that it will fit. And maybe not. No, I can overlap. Actually, I could put a panel over that, which will stick out. Okay, I just thought when I open it, this will go down, this flap. And then if I have a bat there, it would overlap it. Now, either I put everything a bit higher up, or I add another panel and don't glue it down entirely. And then it will have like a little roof thingy standing out. I don't know how to do that. Maybe do it like that. Yeah, so you can do that either way. Yeah, it's not straightforward. It's not really a good tutorial or something. Just how I make cards. So, about there. Yeah. And I hope the magnets still work, even though it's 3 layers now. Maybe I take the others out. Ow. And I use the thingy, powder thingy. Get rid of the statics. And I put it down. And I use actually it's Lawn Fawn pigment ink, jet black. That works well with embossing. And I use clear gloss. Now stamp it once and twice. So now I add my clear gloss powder. Sometimes I put it on and I tap the card a bit like that, because I feel like then it goes in all the nooks and crannies of the stamp thingy. So, put it aside. And I will add one on the inside, on the bottom part, also with my stamping tool. I have the other one on a acrylic block, and then I wash it in the kitchen once I have them all on it. Now, same procedure. Also thought about putting it there, but there will be the fox and the cat hunting the spider, and I don't know what will be visible. So now stamp it here twice. And also don't mind when I don't have to write too much myself, because I find that hard. So, all get in the way. Okay, voila. Also, it's bright outside, so I have to wear my sunglasses inside, and I don't see things very properly. I hope they look fine and things. Now again, clear gloss. I'm always glad when that is done, because sometimes I want to make a card late at night and then I cannot do that because this is loud. So now I need to stamp all my other images. And I just take those note cards from Migros, which are quite cheap. Not the best, but they work. So again, same ink as before. And I try not to stamp too many, because I often do more and then I have many started things. Let's just hope it works out. Next one. And now here I gather them on my stamping block. Oh, very different. So I don't like that this line is way smaller. I thought, but this actually resembles Susie a bit. Just doesn't have the hands on top, but maybe I could just put the cat on her head or something. Maybe try that. Oh. Okay. I'll just draw in the lines later with a marker somehow. So all the stamping done. There's a marker which will work with the alcohol inks. And I just try to fill in that line and then let it dry for a while. Yeah, passt. So here I started the coloring with the very dark BVs, the ones that look like gray, and I didn't write down which colors those are. That's why I have the alcohol marker case left to me and I can see all the colors. And often I just grab one, I look at the lid, grab it, and then try it out on the paper and then use it. That makes it way easier for me. Otherwise, I'm getting a bit stuck with choosing the markers, and then I kind of dread the coloring part. And having them all out like that and just grab one and try it makes it way quicker. It's kind of a less decision to make. And I usually do the lightest color first. Then I go over with a middle color and then a darker one and then go all the way back. And then sometimes add the shadows in again. They always turn out a bit dark, but I tried it with laying down the shadows first and work the other way around. But I cannot do that. I always have to color everything with the lightest color and then go with the other ones. And here the cat, I think what was he called? I don't know what he was called. I think he was white with black spots, and there was no cat like that. So I just made some spots on the go and made a very pink nose there. And Susie has very, very orange red hair. She actually has long dreadlocks, and I don't know if she likes green, but I thought those colors would be kind of fitting for her. There I made sure to take 2 different colors for her socks. Also, she likes purple, I think. And in the end, you shouldn't be surprised. She has a lot of tattoos all over her body. That's what I tried to do there with black, green, and red. Well, I just ate some chocolate and I really noticed that in my voice. So that's why it's a bit annoying to talk. So here comes the ink blending, ink oxide blending. And I noticed that I should have embossed the sentiment in white because I wanted to go with darker colors. But now I just took the Lost Shadow. It's a new color from the oxides in the middle so that the black still shows and doesn't get lost in the dark color. And then I took Faded Jeans and on the outside the Chipped Sapphire. And I always go to and fro with the colors. And this card thingy is a bit thin, and when it gets a lot of ink, it gets a bit unstable. So in the end, it wrinkles and stuff, but that's fine for Susie because she is not into perfection. And now I have my cat here, and I will put just some music over the rest of it and take care of my cat. And here I tried to buff off the stuff of the embossed sentiment, and for the first time that didn't really work. So for the inside I chose cracked pistachio, peacock feathers and mermaid lagoon. And I made the background panel and the one that pops up the same colors. And I masked the under part of the inner card off. So there's no ink on that side. It's very hard to come up on the spot with explaining things, also not being too slow or too quick. And there's a lot of ands and ands. Yeah, so that's just more ink blending. And then I turned the card around and did the flap too. And you should do all the flaps on the sides that show, or they're on the upper card on the right. I did that one later too, because you kind of see it. So that would be something to do better. Here I took the Gansai Tumby speckle colors and I speckle it all, even on the white card there. I think it's kind of a cool effect. I've never done that. So I do like how that turned out. But I forgot to do the water speckles. I often forget those. And after I waited for it to dry, I cut out the panel in the middle so that there's the window that pops up. Yeah. And here's a little cutting tip. Unlike what you learn to hold the scissors like this. But this is way harder to make it. I think it's very much harder for the hand to do things. I cut with my middle finger because you can hold the scissors better. You should really try it out, what difference it makes. And now I have seen Mary Gunn from Craft Roulette even holds it with a ring finger, and then you have the whole hand here and kind of gives it more stability. And you also can make the blades a bit tighter or something. It's like when you open a car door with a pull and push at the same time. I don't know if you know that, but you can do that way better than when you have it like this. And those really start to hurt then. Because I saw the guest on the Craft Roulette didn't like fussy cutting, and I saw her cutting like this. And this is way harder than that or that. I don't know about a small finger gets hard again, but you should really try out those two, see what's best. And here comes the assembly part. First, I did crease that fold again very much, so I can see it very well. Because after I put the glue on, I glue it right in front of the fold. Not on it, but right in front of it. Push it down and then also flap the panel up so it doesn't glue down where it shouldn't. And then I tried to figure out where I put my things and glued those together. Maybe Susie can do that. My cat is getting very angry with me now. Then I turned it over and I made those little lines, 1.5 centimeters, and then I cut them out, or cut those lines out to make the pop-up element like that. There are dies to do that, but you can just cut those lines and then fold them on to the other side, which you will see next. And then you have a very cool, easy way to make a pop-up thingy, which doesn't show behind the thing. And there will be a title panel on the top, so that's good for that. Now she looks differently, but she looks very angry because I'm talking to the phone here and she gets angry. Huh? Mousy. She thinks about attacking. Now she looks very different. So I figured that I want the person to be a bit higher than the pop-up thingy is. So I added a little acetate. Also, it's good to stabilize the whole thing because it's quite a long element in there, and otherwise it would just be attached by the tip of their feet. So I added some glue dots, plenty of them. And then I kind of opened the card the way it will be to figure out where to put it lightly on, and then I pressed it on. And then, of course, try it out if it kind of works. And there we go. Then I thought I get started with the spider. I cut off the stamped thread because I wanted to make it more fun and use a real thread. And then I put a glue dot in the middle, get that string or thread or whatever it's called, and wedge it into that spider sandwich. That's why I stamped two, so I could have one in front and one in the back. And now my cat nearly attacked me, which she wouldn't show on the picture. Okay, then I had to figure out how to attach it. And the longest time it took me to have the right height for it. I was slipped and stuff. So I put some score tape on the top there. And then with the other flap, there will be score tape on the other side. So that should really, really hold. And this washi tape is just for temporarily to hold it a bit in place. And here I'm very careful so that the spider isn't the wrong way. Because if the thread is a bit turned, it could just be sideways. And I didn't want to have it sideways. I want to see the front view. And then here I think I switch the washi tape to the inside just to secure it a bit, so I can put the other flap over that. And this is why I thought it would have been better to have a longer flap just to cover that whole strip, because in the end that white will show and I will have to ink blend over that a bit. So those flaps from the beginning should be the same width as the other one. Yeah. And now all that was left was decorate the front panel. That's why I put the bats on the card, and then I secured them all with little foam squares. I don't show all of that, just the first one, and then I did the other three the same way. And with that, the front panel is finished. Needs to be glued on. Here one needs to pay attention not to glue over the score line down there, because it needs to be able to move, and then attach it. And that's it. And then look at the card and see what you can fix later on and where the problems are. So here's how I fixed it. I added some ink blending. Oh, sorry. I didn't understand before. I just added some ink blending up there. And I thought that it would be nice if you don't put the panel on top, you cannot cut that stuff in. But if you want to do that without the panel, it could be fun too. And then you don't have this one sticking out of it. Also, I would take care that this covers the whole thingy, or glue it on the other way around. Just there's a Verbesserungsbedarf. So that should be better. And now I also wanted to show you, I had the chocolate. It is evening. Is it morning already? I need to sleep soon because of dentist tomorrow. So those are rice crisps with chocolate. And I did have an old waffle which I toasted with some melted chocolate. That goes very bad with the with the vocal cords. And now next time I want to do some envelopes. Also make one for this card now and some others. And I will finish this now. So I thank you very much for watching and see you in the next one.